So then, volume. Do you hear me well? Audio and. There we go. I believe you can hear me and see me perfectly well, although my computer is doing something weird. No, I know. But you see how that trembles. What is this? My computer's kind of weird. Well, now it's all frozen. I hope you can hear me well and you can see me well. There we go. And let it be whatever. I don't want to restart it right now. Yeah, already. Okay. Okay. I mean, I can't control anything here. I mean, it went crazy. How bad that I can't see what's going on here. I can't even see the screen of this. No, I know. I can't even see the screen for this. It's all black. But I do see the chat. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Okay. Let's go here. Let's go to this part where they see me. We'll see what happens. Okay. Let us begin. If something happens, I mean, whatever, we'll reset. Shabbat Shalom, my most esteemed friends, honorable judges, LVE tribe, as well as everyone else accompanying us. On this rather precious, heated, very beautiful day of Shabbat, well into summer from California, the US of A, Shabbat being the 23rd of Tammuz, the last Shabbat of Tammuz of the year 5994, belonging to the 19th day of July of the year 2025, because Tammuz is on its way out. Let me tell you one. And then we'll move on to the fifth month, the month of Av. So then we have this last Shabbat of this month of Tammuz, and which is on its way out. We'll study yet another chapter of the Spirit of the Feasts, part 40, in which we shall continue to develop this which has to do with justice, grace, faith from the point of view of religions, the Christian ones especially, also Jewish, and also what reality is. So then we'll continue to develop the subject. I don't even want to continue saying the prayer because we don't care if he abandoned us or not. In fact, let him leave and abandon us. So then we are alone. We're waiting for him to fulfill his promise. That I do tell him. I could give a fuck if Yahweh has abandoned us, or that phrase that he uses as Yahweh abandoned us. I mean, I think that's super excellent, but the thing is that he has not abandoned the beast, because the beast still has power. The day that he takes the power away from the beast, then we'll notice. So then, let's see if you fulfill your word once and for all. I'd like to say hello to those that have a birthday this week. It's just only 3. Mari Calvo Gonzalez, Spain. Alexa Ocampo, Nicaragua. And Gladys Gonzalez, Venezuela. No. Gladys Gonzalez, comma, Venezuela. It sounded like a last name. Venezuela did. I've decided, and I'm going to ask you to forgive me, those that I have not mentioned, but from here on out, all who are on the list of judges, which have signed the judgment, every last one of them, and all those that have their name down on the list of the declaration of LV Yom Kippur 2024, no matter if they no longer listen, or they leave, or they take a vacation, or they insult, or it doesn't matter. Just because you're on those 2 lists, we're going to greet you. So then, we could care less. Anything else, you're there, then we'll greet you as a founding member, clearly. So then, from here on, I'll ask you to forgive me if I have not mentioned some. because maybe we had misunderstood that they didn't want to be a part of this, but they were on the list. But from here on out, everybody that's on the list, I could care less what they say or do. We're gonna greet them. I'm just not gonna greet those who are dead, because those who are dead, they cannot hear me. So then it'd be just for a birthday that they're not really fulfilling. So then those are the only exceptions of those two lists that I'm talking about that I'm not gonna congratulate. So then many congratulations to you three, Mari, Alexa, and Gladys. It's only three of you, so then receive a great big hug on behalf of all of us. Look, this gift here was brought to us by Edward and Gabriela, who were in vacation in Honduras during a whole month, I believe, right? A month? They didn't have anything to do here, so then they went over there. They went on a vacation to take advantage with their aunt, and they had an excellent time. And they brought me some gifts that we're gonna try out how good they are. It says here that it is coffee from San Rafael Family Estate Traditional. So then we're gonna taste how this coffee is. They brought me another coffee, which is pimienta gorda. That's the style. It's not that it's pimienta gorda. It's a medium toast. San Rafael was established in 1999. Oh, it's not too old. By René Reger and the wife, Ranu Gonzalez, trying to produce the best coffee that is produced. The passion of how we make our coffee is reflected in its flavor. We're always looking for excellence. However, we're going to taste that. Well, we're going to see if it's complex, if it's got an exquisite flavor, or maybe it's way over much or not too much. The taste is not what they say, but rather in the product. Also, they gave us some biscuits here. I don't know where they're in Honduras also. Everything in Honduras. Okay, these biscuits, Honduran biscuits. And this, which I don't know what this is. What is this? Confiteria El Éxito. It says with coconut, tamarind, and banana. 100% natural. San Pedro Sula Cortez, Honduras, California. No, it's not California. It says elaborated with the highest quality and hygiene. Okay, that's great. Good thing they use hygiene, or else. I mean, good thing they highlight that. Okay, spectacular. Many thanks for this present. We'll try it out. We'll see whether it's good coffee. Last time we tried a Honduran coffee, it really didn't get up to par. It was in the lowest par that we were actually trying out, so we're going to try this one out now. Honduran coffee, up until now, it's got a bad rap. Bad rap. But we're going to see how this one is. So then, many thanks, boys and girls. It's time to go out and look for the moon. 29th day. I could care less if we see it or not. I could care less if it's the 29th day. I could care less if no one was able to see it because it wasn't seen. It was way too fine. It was because of UFOs or something most important. Boca was playing. I could care less. We're gonna switch over to the next month, and I want to make this clear because I don't make mistakes. The calculation were already being made on the new day, but because we have been supporting it, we go out and look for it. It'll be this Friday. So then, in the preparation that you prepare to go enter into the Shabbat, you have to do something else before the sun goes down completely. We go and look for the moon to see if by chance we see it. Somebody will see it, or there's a great chance of seeing it. Somebody should see it. Because it'll be there. It'll have more than 1%, more than 1%, 130, 140. So then it's visible. The moon is there. So that's why I tell you, could care less if we see it or not. The moon is there. So then this Friday, at sunset, everyone at the entrance of the Shabbat, time to go out and look for the moon. And if you see it, you comment. If you can take pictures, you can publish it. And we'll enter into the next month, the 5th month, the fatidical month of the month of Av. It's fatidical because they tell us of the story of the Jews that had lots of calamities, lots of calamities. That it was the story of a ninth of Av, of their dear God decided, and that they're not going to enter in the promised land. What a good promise. God is faithful. What do you mean? It's that he's going to, he didn't take them, he killed them there in the desert. So then God, if he's anything special, he's not Semper Fi. He's not that. God's fidelity does not exist. God is the most unfaithful God that exists. What he promises, he doesn't give you. What he tells you, he does not fulfill. That is the God that we have to be dealing with. So then he took out a whole bunch of people, promising gold and everything in the promised land that would take him to a land where milk and honey was flowing. I don't know where out of the land it would flow, but supposedly is out of the animals that they would have, and the honey, something that was richness in that time. The only thing that they found was a desert with hunger, with a sun, and with punishments of Yahweh. That he started to kill them all, and the only ones that entered were those that are under 18. That's crazy, completely insane, completely insane. God brought them out of there. He kept them 40 years in the desert, and those that had come out that were younger than 18 years, it was below 18 years, right? That had come out, or 20, I mean, I don't know, just what, I think it's 18. 18 years old. If you were older than that, you were going to die in the desert. And they died in the desert. A path that maximum, whole people with animals, it takes you 15 days maximum, tops. That whole trajectory, he kept them 40 years there with just the sole purpose of killing them, nothing else. There was no other purpose. That is the God of fidelity. The fidelity that is the covenant with the devil. So then, the 9th of Av was the day in which supposedly the decree of God that said nobody will enter here. They didn't believe the spies, then nobody enters. They were afraid of attacking Jericho, then nobody enters. Back to the desert, and you're going to all die. Another 9th of Av that the story tells us is the destruction of the first temple, Temple of Solomon. Another 9th of Av that the story tells us about was the destruction of the second temple. Another 9th of Av was when one of his most wise men lost a whole quantity of students because they died. That's a lie. Don't believe anything. Those are the things. I don't believe a sole word, just like that, not even a soul. Then, according to them, it says that is back when Hitler sent the order of starting to round up. They said that was the 9th of Av. They have so many stories. It was also the 9th of Av when the kings of Spain signed the declaration and all Jews had to leave Spain. They have a whole bunch of 9th of Avs. But first of all, one that they didn't take into account, but we're going to celebrate this year, and it's the greatest of all, the danger that they have, that they did not notice that this 9th of Av, in 2 weeks, we're going to celebrate Leslie's birthday and mine, because the 9th of Av of this year is on August 2nd. Oh no, the 8th of Av, Saturday, the 2nd of Av, 8th of Av, pardon me. 8th of Av is Saturday, August 2nd. Leslie's birthday on Sunday, Av 9th, the fatal day, is my birthday. And they have not taken that into account. They're going to have to remember it because their power will be over someday. On the 9th of Av, their worst nightmare was born. Their worst nightmare, because they are in power. So then we have things to celebrate. We celebrate our birthday, Leslie's and mine, the 8th and 9th of Av, in 2 weeks. Farewell. So then, the following Shabbat begins next Shabbat. What begins is, it begins on the first of the 5th month. I'd like to read to you that this got fixed. No, it never came back. This never came back. Oh, how unfortunate. I can see myself in my image here. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. That's what's going on. I can't shut everything down. I'll just leave it like that. If you can see me okay, you hear me well. You hear me well and see me well, right? I hope so. You do see me, right? They say that they do see me here. Okay. So then I want to read something to you that we, the Argentinians, celebrate. Tomorrow, July 20th, on top of it being my sister's birthday, July 20th, and if she's listening to me, and I don't think so, I send her a great big hug and a kiss. It'd be good for her to listen, but no one's a prophet in their own land. Tomorrow, July 20th, what is celebrated in Argentina is the Day of the Friend. You don't know what the Day of the Friend is? Something that we, the Argentinians, celebrate. The Day of the Friend. We have a friend. We make him a gift. We call him. We go out and eat together. We eat an asado, some pasta. Go to the restaurant. The Day of the Friend is celebrated. Happy Day of the Friend to your friends. And I'll read to you what Leslie told me that I think that Edgardo gave it to you. Oh, you found it? Okay. Leslie found this that says in Argentina, Uruguay, Chile, Spain, and Brazil, on July 20th, they celebrate. The date comes from the Argentinian thinker. It's an Argentinian date. Did you know that? There's something good. There's something good out of the moon landing. There's something good about when man got to the moon. Of course, they never did. That's why there's nothing good. What could you get that's good from filming in Hollywood? That secret that made the entire world believe that man had set foot on the moon when that never, ever took place. Ever. There's no possibility whatsoever for man to set foot on the moon. But they made us believe it is one of the greatest deceits that they show us, that we show how deceived we are. Absolutely stupid. That we believed the images that we saw. Of course, if we had gone to the moon, I would be right now drinking coffee on the moon. 50 years ago that happened. 55 years ago. 56 years ago is when that happened. How the fuck did we never go back? How the fuck are they going to have that? With the technology of today, we can't go back because there are barriers that we can get, because we lost the technology. Wow, I mean, because we would notice, now we would notice, saying these guys are not there, okay? They're not there. No, we got there 50 years ago, and that's it. And the people are still deceived. The day they wake up, they'll say, hey, if they deceived us in this, they deceived us in this and that and that and that and that and that. But since they're all sleeping still, that's fine. But there's something good that came out of this. It's what I'm about to read. The date comes from the Argentinian thinker Enrique Febrero, that in 1969, when we were born, Leslie and myself, he was completely moved. He was another deceived Argentinian. He was deeply moved by the arrival of Neil Armstrong, a son of a fucking bitch, Neil Armstrong, and all the rest of the sons of bitches that were there, liars, that they took the weight of their lie. I can't imagine what happened with their brain. That's why they never again said anything. They didn't say, never again remember their experience. Was deeply moved by the arrival of Neil Armstrong to the moon. So since this Argentinian that is deceived, of course, like everyone else, deceived, he said, wow, the Day of the Friend, our man has gotten to the moon. A small step for man, but a great leap for humankind. So then we, well, create the day of the friend. So then something positive came from that. Maybe he would not have made the day of the friend if Neil Armstrong had not arrived to the moon. And since Neil Armstrong got in the mind of Enrique Febrero, he said, I'm going to create the day of the friend. And I find that excellent. Sometimes out of nefarious things, we get positive things. So then, welcome the day of the friend. I do not know if it is so much celebrated in Brazil or in the other countries, but in Argentina, it is celebrated, the Day of the Friend. So then you already know tomorrow is the Day of the Friend. Write it down in your calendar because you're Argentinian. You're adding another date to your calendar, the Day of the Friend. Let me remind you that those of you that feel that you are going through physical situations, it comes from an emotional root, as always, and that is why we have the free consult call with Angelina. The information is right below this very video that you're watching. It is right there. Very well. It says that we have 176 and 160 likes. Those who did not give us a like, give us your like, please. And those of you that don't like it, give us a like either way. What else was I going to say? Well, yesterday, Boca played, and they played in a way like they've been doing so the last years. A complete disaster. I believe that I live in a world in which it is very different to what they live there or what they live there in Boca. It would seem to be different realities. I no longer like the coach. I could care less if he's sick or was sick and he's going in treatment. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Either you're good or not. And if you're not good, then leave. But to make a team play so bad with the idiots that we have playing, because a coach with more energy and intelligent, those idiots, he'll make them play Middington well. A superstar comes in as Paredes, and good thing he entered, because if he didn't enter on top of not tying, we would not just lose 1-0 but 2-0, because we would never get to the arc. We get all kinds of asses of all different nationalities, one worse than the next. All they know is to kick back, just passing backwards. Nobody looks forward. I just don't get it. Tell the truth, I don't get it. It's a different reality. It's a different reality of the coach. I just cannot comprehend it in my mind. I cannot understand the human stupidity. And it frustrates me because I say, how is it? Maybe I live in a different reality, because if I have the best player that played last semester and I keep him in the bench, he's the only player that in the midfield he shoots the ball forward, not backwards, you son of a bitch. I hate when they go backwards. You know why they play backwards? Not to open the team, because they don't dare to take the ball forward like what happens in your life. Sometimes in your life you have to face the situation. Face it. You have to grab the bull by the horns. Face the situation, not to turn around and retire or go back. So then, and retreat and let this dog shit mentality with dog shit coaches, or because they've been turned into dog shit, they influence the players to, they see the ball, they have the pressure, I'll turn around and I'll kick it backwards. I'll kick the pass backwards. So what's sure, I won't advance in the field. I'll stay myself in what's in the safety. That's what happens in the mind of a player, because if you shoot forward, you have lots of possibilities that they cut you off. You have lots of possibilities that you give a bad pass. To avoid that and not to risk it, and I apply this in your life, then you turn backwards and you see where you were coming from, and you come to where you were coming from. Instead of advancing to the other side, to the goal, no, you get back to your arc. Look at your parents, you look at your ideology, your upbringing, you go back, the passes goes backwards, I go back, I retreat. There are times in very good selections that sometimes they play backwards to open spaces when they're well into the back. It's not that they don't know how to play. They go backwards to say, hey, come, look for us. Come look for us. It's not the case of Boca. That's not the case of Boca. They're not doing it to open the defense of the others. It's because they don't know what the fuck to do with the ball, and they're scared to make a mistake. They cannot get past one player. They don't have the speed. Instead of passing forward, they receive it from backwards. They receive it backwards. To the contrary, maybe it could happen to in your life also. You're off sides. You got to work on this since you're little. Ever since you're little. My goalposts are behind me. If that's my goalpost, then I turn around and I wait for the pass backwards. My back is to it. So then it takes me some time, some movement to turn. And when I turn, there's somebody attacking me. Then I can't even turn around to have the rival arc in front of me. I always have the rival arc behind me. I have to turn around with the ball, control the ball, to barely then start a path forward. But what do the Boca players do? I just don't get it. I did live a different reality. I don't get it. I don't get it because if I were a coach, what do they practice during the? What the fuck do they practice all week? That could happen in your life. I'm not just talking about Boca. I'm talking to you. Do you practice in your life to go forward, or the same thing? Looking back at your mom, your dad, looking towards your past, and you're always stuck in the past. Look at what they did to me. So you look back to your rival, to your goal, which is forward. No, you go backwards and retreat, always stay in the same thing. Everything backwards. You have the future behind you instead of in front of you. Because you prefer, because the future is uncertain, it scares you, it's black. Or that you don't know what will happen, so then you turn to see what you do know, what you're familiar with. Because you feel comfortable in your comfort zone. That's what happens to football, soccer players. So then I just don't care what the fuck they practice. I mean, I can't stand Russo anymore. I'll just give him 2 more games. I can't stand Russo. If he can fuck off, are you sick? Then fuck off. I could care less. Whatever it has, you have prostate cancer, I could give a fuck. Just like that, I could give a fuck. You are leading the most beautiful team in the world, and you are just sitting there with a face like this. Oh, you just can't speak with like this and decisions. No, I need energy. That is how you're gonna talk to a player. I need you to please. No, what the fuck are they gonna understand? What are they gonna understand? If they're people. I don't want to be offensive. They're people of not so much culture, so you get to speak to them at the level that they have. Look, you son of a bitch. I want you to do this, you son of a bitch. You were dog shit and soccer, God, or where the fuck you believe in, give you the chance of earning lots of money, way more than 10 doctors. So then I want you for that to enter into your mind, you stupid idiot. Any player of a team, especially in Boca, has to act like a rabbi or a doctor. Never go out, not to go dancing, and to shove the dog shit music where I can't hear it anywhere in the club. If I see pictures of you with women, and I'll separate you from the lineup. Just as simple as that, because I want people who are, and not just seem like it, but that they are. The moral of the story. You skip out of your diet, you use alcohol and other things, then you never again play. But if you have a coach like this, oh, you're a star, you can give me more. I'm gonna test you. Come here, run. Nah. How's a team gonna work that way? How the fuck is a team gonna work that way? Russo, I saw him sitting there in the bench. I was like, oh nah. Are they kidding me? Or am I in a different reality, in a different universe? Because a soccer team, you can't have it like this with a coach like this. Consumed, with his energy consumed. And when they ask him, he's like, oh, just give me a moment. It's because the Argentinian soccer is very difficult. Oh, it's too difficult, you son of a bitch. Then go fuck off to your mother's cunt. Leave that for those that say, yes, of course I can. Of course I'll make a team. I'm not going to say that Argentinian soccer is too difficult. It's going to be too difficult to play against me. You're going to have to leave your life there playing with it. You leave your soul. You want to beat me, you can beat me, but you're going to have to leave it all behind. You're going to have to leave it all there because the difficult one is me. That's what I want. That would make me fall in love. I don't know. I see some guy consumed. Why don't you go fuck off to your mother's cunt, Russo? And all of you to the fucking bitch that bore you. I need somebody with energy and to make the soccer players look, you son of a bitch. You've learned since you were little when you give you a pass maximum, you get halfway to your body to receive because you have to receive in the same movement that you stop the ball to turn towards your goalpost to your back and the other one in front of you. You don't understand that? Then out of here. I mean, the professional playing in Brazil, the goalie gives him a pass, he receives it completely backwards and forwards to his own goal, and then he misses. I was like, wow, I saw a mistake upon a mistake. Maybe you don't understand soccer in the way I understand it. You watch soccer players that do things with the ball, and you say, wow, I see every detail, because you have to know how to play soccer. You have to receive the ball in one movement and get the rival goal in front of you. The backward passes are given because you're freaking cowards, because you turn back to receive it. You want to receive it in the front to your own goalie to be sure. So when the rivals come, so then they step back. Because they don't have the rival goal post in front. They don't have their mind in front because they don't have balls. They don't have effort. They don't even want to play. Or they really are cowards. That's what Boca Junior says. And I'm ashamed what I see. I'm ashamed. Riquelme also, he should. Because it's all the fault. And I blame Juan Roman Riquelme, the president of Boca. We need people that are intelligent, not stupid idiots that know how to speak. A person that doesn't know how to speak, for me, has nothing to do directing anything. You know how to speak? And I understand what you say. Then you don't have to repeat words and you're straight with me, then I believe you. I want to see in your words honest, pure honesty, that you transmit it to me. Don't you know that God created the universe, quoting the Bible, with his words? With his words. With the words, it's the most important thing, the word. So then, what do we learn from all this? Is that Paredes doesn't go in. A player that has a level that's, wow, so much different than what Boca has. We could not tie him. It was a shame to tie. And the first time I was falling asleep, actually. Actual sleeper all day, waiting for the fucking game. I was doing a whole bunch of things. And when I see the game is so boring, I was falling asleep. I was like, mate. I need some yerba mate. If it wasn't because of Leslie, I will fall asleep. Because I was so bored, you son of a bitch. And the bitch that bore you, that Chilean son of a bitch, Palacios, I would kick you in the ass and you would never come back to play. I put a Boca jersey on. Palacios should never even wear that Boca jersey to show his teeth somewhere else, but not Boca. When you enter, you son of a bitch, they should whistle him. And I could mention a player after a player after a player. What a dog should they Boca has lost their soul, you son of a bitch. Well, that was the game, the summation of yesterday's game. And we're going to play on Wednesday again. Once again on Wednesday, get ready to see what I tell you. The Wednesday game was for Copa Argentina. This was for the league. On Wednesday, it's a kill. One passes, the other one stays. If we tie, then off to penalties. Because one passes, one stays. And if we continue to play this way, then once again we're going to have to classify for the Copa Libertadores. It's been 2 years already without playing it. I can't believe it. My mind is like, boo. Am I in a different reality with us? Where do I live? 2 years and for Boca to play the Copa Libertadores. And the way we're playing, we're not going to play next year, mind you. Because champion, Boca, they have to get so much better. They have to get that idiot that we have as a soccer. I liked him a lot, Russo. I was emotional when I saw him, not because of the mistakes he's made, because he has not put Delgado in. A little tiny guy like this, he didn't put him in because he sustained Palacios, because he sustained all those sons of bitches that play there, and not to put him out and put others in their place. I mean, I want him to leave already. Look at what I'm telling you. I'm going to have a little more patience. But what I feel, that is what I feel. That is what I feel. Because if I were to see a reaction from him, I would support him. If those idiots, and the guy has a reaction like the way I have, I would say, yeah, they are idiots. Continue on, Miguel, with these idiots. No, but I see just as much of an idiot. Like this, it's like this. Oh, Argentinian soccer is too difficult. No, you son of a bitch, that's not the subject. Your players have to run. They have to wear. They have to really play their jersey and create barriers. One runs and they pass him, and this one that gave him, he no longer runs. He no longer runs. He doesn't even know that there could exist a barrier for this one to give him back. No, let's take the ball, take it. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? They are. I was gonna say something that could happen. Palacio is done for, right? You mean Paredes, right? Paredes. Either he becomes contagious with the team. I have a hope. I don't want to lose the hope. Or either the team corrupts Paredes and he ends up playing like Palacios. And if they don't change the president, because they're not going to change the president, but that's the way we are. And Miguel Angel Russo has always been an excellent coach, but now I see that he has no more energy. You can be an excellent coach, but if you have no energy, then you're no good to direct a group of young players that have lots of problems in their head. If you don't have energy, how are you going to direct them? You can't. Oh, Cavani, a kick in the ass. He goes over the river of La Plata and he ends up in Montevideo and goes home. Not because he hasn't been a great player, but now he's an ex-player. Yesterday, he entered 0-0. He failed to kick the ball. It bounces off of him and then bounces incorrectly. The only attack towards the goalie, it was the defensive kicked him and just bounced off of him. It just bounced off him. He didn't even generate it. I mean, I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Then stupid idiots come along and say, I don't get it why you talk about Boca. It's like, I came to study the word. You're studying the word. The word of God, I've told you, it is the greatest of deceit. Massive deceit to the world. What else do you want me to tell you about the scripture? Today we'll talk about a little bit more about it. So then we've got Boca on Wednesday. And we play for Copa Argentina. Whom do we play against? Against Central Córdoba? Who was it against? Or Tucum? Wait. No, wait. Not Central Córdoba. We play against Atlético Tucumán, is that it? Oh, let people tell you. Atlético Tucumán, right? Yeah, on Wednesday. Atlético Tucumán. Kill. A sudden death. If we were a champion, I'm just dreaming. If we were to be a champion of the Argentinian Cup, at least, then we enter into the Copa Libertadores. If we were to be a champion, the way we're playing, since Riquelme has been a president, we haven't been a champion of anything. I'm speaking as a president, not as a vice president. He was the vice president, but now that he entered as the presidency, we haven't won anything, not even classified in the international cups. Disaster. Complete disaster. Very well. That is what I had to say about Boca. Shemah Israel, YHWH Eloheinu, YHWH Ekhad. It is very clear, Yahweh, whatever he is, the God of Israel that presented himself as the God of Israel, said, I'm your only God, and there is no other. Did you understand? And then we said, yes, you are only God, you are one. Based on that truth, can the mysteries of the Bible be understood? Proverbs 25:2, it is the glory of Elohim to conceal the word, yet the glory of the king is to search out the word. The word, or the sacred scriptures, are the weapon of deceit worldwide massively because it's concealed. I'll read it in a different way. It is the glory of Elohim to deceive you. That is what the text says. Through his word. It is the glory of Elohim to deceive you through his word. Yet the glory of the king is to discover the truth and discover Yahweh. It is very clear. It is a text written in a different way. And the whole world will say only in Jeremiah 16:19, only lies was the inheritance of our fathers. The Bible, the weapon number one, vanity to which there is no avail. If it is man that makes himself gods, then they're not gods. Now, in case there's someone new listening or somebody that is kind of out of it, have yet to understand my words, when I say that the Bible is the instrument of deceit to humanity, doesn't mean that we shouldn't read it, because here's the massive deceit, but in turn is the only truth possible of a creator. There's nothing else. It is this. This deceives you. It deceives you because God made it so, because it is the glory of him to deceive you. Now, the kings discover the deceit, and they discover a different truth that is concealed. A truth that is concealed. So then, that truth that is concealed is the truth, and it isn't found anywhere else. So then, if you understood that I said grab all the Bibles and go and burn them because we don't believe in the Bible anymore, no. I believe in the Bible even more than before. I believe in the Bible even more than we don't have anything else. The Bible. If you thought that I'm saying that this is the biggest deceit ever and we have to burn it, then you're wrong. I believe every day even more. And I see the dual sword that it is. Like they say, the Word of God is a dual wield sword, and it's true. One is truth, the other one's lies. It's two different ends of it. So then if you know how to treat this, then you're going to find the eternal truth. If you don't understand and you're not a king, then you're going to find the lie, the greatest lie. Not eternal, because it will no longer exist. So then the lie, worldwide lie. It is right in plain light. Lie. Where's the truth? Is very within in the spirit. It's only for the king. So then, do we have to cast this out? No, of course not. It's the only book we've got. But as a massive instrument of the massive it's the only one there is. Ideal. Invitational text. Matthew 25, 31 to 32. I'm telling you right now, it is for the next invitation. It'll be there for the next invitation also. Because we're not going to get to this text. First of all, because I've already talked to you a lot about, we're going to study a lot more. And the other, because in a little bit, Lanús is going to play against Rosario Central. And El Fideo de Maria plays in Lanús. And the player that Boca should have bought is the one that plays. They should have bought Marcelino Moreno instead of all the idiots that they bought, one after the other. They should go and get that player. I mean, even if he's older, I think he's... How much does Lanús want? 8 million? Here you go, have it. Because here, 10 million. I'll give you even 2 more. Give me that player. That player with Paredes will change Boca completely, because I've got a bunch of idiots in the half field. Inept people. I can't believe it. Just look at the movements. They can score or not. You today, just look at, watch, and also learn and apply to your life. Watch the game of Lanús. Whether they win or lose, I want for them to win, of course. Whether they win or lose, just watch the movements that they do in the field, with the ball, without the ball. And when they get the ball, when Marcelino Moreno takes the ball, just watch, see what he does, even if he loses it. Because I could care less if a player loses the ball. What I can't stand is that he's an idiot, that he plays back, that he doesn't know what to do with the ball. I could give a that got, he shot it forward and he fixed it, okay, whatever. But he wants to go forward, the same thing as in your life. No matter if to look forward, you see an opportunity, you made a mistake, that's fine. If you didn't get it, that's fine. But if you're always looking back, look, it's not coming through. I'm just going to play it for sure, go back, and you go back in your life, and all your passes are backwards because you go for everything that's sure. You're never going to get out and never get to your goal in your fucking life unless you turn around, you put the life in front of you, you put the future in front of you, and you say, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. If I made a mistake, I made a mistake, I'll kick forward, not backwards, forward, and advance, and I advance. That's the same thing in your life. You don't do that, you become a coward, a loser, and you'll never obtain your objectives, never. So then, you have to get the goal post in front of, and always go forward. Even if you do it wrong, going forward. And if I do it wrong, I learn where I failed and I keep going forward, never backwards. That is what is valued. Matthew 25:31-33. When the Son of Man cometh in his glory, and all the nations, all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit in his throne of glory, and they shall be gathered before him all the nations. And he shall set apart one from another, just like the shepherd separates the goats from the sheep. He will set his sheep to his right and the goats on his left. What does this mean? Well, this is magnificent. I'm not going to tell you absolutely anything. When the time cometh, maybe next Shabbat, and maybe the one after that, I don't know. But I always try. No, it's my mission to leave a clear message for your week, or else why the fuck you even listening if you want to know something? Actually, what good is it if you haven't learned anything with me? You've wasted your time. In other words, my time was very valuable to you, but you didn't learn anything. Nothing changed in your life. Your life has to change. So this week you're going to have to ask yourself every day of your life, every day of your fucking life, you can ask yourselves, am I looking backwards? Am I playing for sure in the safety way, or am I setting the goal in front of me? I know if I put it in front of me and I give a pass forward, it's a risk. But it's a risk that makes me grow. It's a risk that brings me satisfaction. It's a risk that is the only thing that I can do to advance in this life. Or am I playing looking backwards, always the past, what in the safety, a little step backwards? Is that what you're looking for in your life? Turn around on the field and start to look at life like a soccer game. Just like that. Look at the difference that made when Paredes entered. Paredes, when he entered, every pass he gave was forward. It was marvelous. Even the teammates were like, hey, is this idiot gonna make us all look like idiots? Look, we all shoot backwards. This guy touches forward and he gives it to a teammate. Wow. Marvelous. Do not get contagious with these sons of bitches. You should just insult them, sons of bitches. Where the fuck did you play like the ball? You sons of bitches, and the bitch that bore you, you should be working in the ports because you can't do anything else. And to top it off, you receive the grace, the possibility of being soccer players. You sons of bitches. Take advantage of every fucking instant of it. Because you have maximum 20 years as professionals. You're gonna just spend it with women, you sons of bitches, and dancing. I prohibit the fucking dancing. You don't go out anywhere. You're players of Boca. You can't dance. Just like that, you can't dance. You cannot dance, you sons of bitches. If I see you at a club, you don't play with me. Oh, that would be so beautiful to have a coach like that. You go home from here. Stay with your friends a little bit and home. But if I see you at a club, because I have people everywhere, if I see you drinking alcohol in a club, you don't play with me ever again. And I'll tell every single player, I could give a fuck if you're 10 or 20 million, you son of a fucking bitch. If you go out dancing and you never play with me again, do you understand? I mean, just imagine that I'm talking to you, that you're a poker player. You go out dancing and you never again play. Never again! Because with me, that's not going to fly. You're not going to be going around with women, not even with a fucking girlfriend in a club or a party. I'm sick, and these people that have a brain like this, because they earn a little bit of money and they're already, I mean, the kings of the night and of dancing and partying. Wow, what sons of bitches. I'm talking to you too. Every one of you also. What do you do with your life? Do you put the goalpost in front of you? Because I'm giving you the ball now. I'm giving you a pass now. How do you receive it? How are you receiving the one I gave you? Take the ball, you son of a bitch. Take it. What are you going to do? Are you going to defend? Then go backwards to what's safe. To the safety. Or are you going to turn around and face life? Are you going to go forward with risk? But I know that if you do that, I applaud you. I'll applaud you. I'm going to say, wow. That one right there is the player that I want. And every one of you, that's what I want from you. I don't want losers here. I want, like it says, where it says that there are defeaters, they are victorious. To be victorious, you don't do it playing backwards. It's forward, let's go, forward. Advance, forward. Take risk, that's fine. Up. That's how you play in this life. Go upwards, you son of a fucking bitch. Peter, another fucking son of a bitch. He saw the Messiah walking in the water and he said, what a son of a bitch. I want the same. The Messiah said, well, come. What's your name? Yeah, Mr. Peter Palacios. Peter Palacios? Yeah, come here. Come here, little Peter. Come here. Are you sure? All the rest of the cowards, there were most cowards, one and the other, all holding each other like this. Peter's like, yeah, okay, come on, jump into, are you sure? Yeah, come here, come forward. Peter goes, jumps in, and falls in the water. And to his great surprise, he steps on the water as if he was on the ground. Wow. Messiah says, well, come here. Peter goes there, takes a step there, wow. And I'm going to go another step, wow. And it's not going on all of a sudden. He remembers that he is a typical player of Boca of this time. And he looks backward. He wants to pass backwards. And he sunk. Messiah had to come and take him out. What do you call him? What type of a man? Boca player type of this team, right? He says, well, where do you play? Midfield of Boca? Oh, that's why you suck, you son of a bitch. The beautiful invitation of this plant here, do you know what it is? Do you know what that flower is? In other words, I'm showing it to you so you understand. But it's in the invitation. And what the flower is? That flower only opens up a couple hours. And it's at night. When the sun comes out, it starts to close. And in a couple hours, completely closed. You know what that flower is? Do you know what it is? It is a dragon fruit. It's a dragon fruit. So then, that flower, as soon as I saw it, I called Leslie and said, look, come here. Look, one opened up. It was early in the morning. When the sun comes up, it closes out. It's a night flower, a night lady. That's another flower, but it's a lady night also. It's such a delicate perfume, but it comes up at night only. It is the dragon fruit that we planted last year. So then they're growing. It has many flowers. There are some which came up, that opened up, but then they fell off because they weren't fertilized. I'm not going to give any examples. The thing is that there are many. What happens is there are many different dragon fruits. You've got the ones that are self-fertilizing, In other words, the flower has a little tiny pistil like this, that it is huge head on it like this, erect, which is precisely the male part. And everything within it's surrounded with other things that are very odorous and precious. You can appreciate it here, but it's been opened already. The penis, it's already, I mean, what did I say, penis? No, the plant's penis is what I'm saying. The floral penis, it has opened up already, but it is very clear like this, and then it opens up like this. When it gets open is when it shoots out its seed, and it gets stuck to the plant. There are plants that self-fertilize. The male, when it opens up, it spreads its seeds to the feminine part, which is within the same flower, and so then that self, how was it? No. It achieves gestation for the fruit. It self-fertilizes. That's the word. It self-fertilizes. So then, yeah, it self-satisfies also. That's good. It self-satisfies. It's got that capacity. To top it off, it's pregnant by itself. Now, there are many different plants that also have in which the male part is not compatible with the feminine. So then, even if there is contact and everything, nothing is left. So then, you gotta have it from other plants which are compatible with the feminine that you have, and do it manually. You have to have this little sponge like this, a little brush. You have to have many flowers opened or have gathered already the pollen, have gathered it and keep it, and then when that one has to spread it, I mean, it's insane. So many of these flowers died because they were not fertilized, and that's why they died. Like, well, I'm not going to give examples. I said I'm not going to give examples. You give examples. This one has not been fertilized and it died. It said, oh, why do I exist? Nobody came here. And it was died a virgin. Let's say, died a virgin, poor and dry. I think that there are others that fertilized themselves, and they're very happy, and they're growing fat. I think, I'm going to go check later. But when next year I have lots of flowers of different types, I'm gonna have to be crossing them. It's a whole disaster. I mean, it's a whole work. I'll tell you the story about the dragon fruit. The fruit of the dragon. I didn't know the way it was called in Spanish. You guys call it pitaya in Spanish, but here in my country I call it dragon fruit. I don't know about y'all. I didn't even know this existed in Argentina, but here we the Americans, we call it dragon fruit. The fruit of the dragon. Very well. They are spectacular. Here you've got one that is super open, beautiful. John 6:63. The spirit is the one that quickeneth, the flesh is to no avail. The words which I have spoken unto you, they are spirit and they are life. Well, I was going to read John again, but not today because we've advanced pretty much. How much longer do we have? How much longer have we been speaking? An hour and two. Okay, an hour and two. Lanús game, has it started or 2:30? The Lanús game, did it start or at 2:30? Tell me, because I can't see anything here. When you tell me any day now, when Lanús Rosario Central play, oh, 12:30, okay, you have a half hour more. You have a half hour more. Oh, wait a minute. What, did I touch this here? 12:08, okay. So then, somebody asked me that I'm going to answer quickly. You're going to say, I'm going to answer it. Somebody this week, in the last video, they asked me, somebody's name is called Franklin Bindas, B9V. Franklin Bindas. It says, hello, could you speak about your past sickness, diagnosis and process of healing, please? Many thanks. Well, I've spoken about that already. and it's time. I can't remember what time, but there was a subject, but I'll answer quickly. I suffered what is called the lupus. It is an autoimmune sickness, and once you get it, there's no possible cure. There's only treatments. Depending on the intensity, it's got different phases. It could affect your skin or your joints. And when I spoke with the doctor, he said, look, what you have, give or take, that you got at your age all of a sudden, it's a sickness that cannot be stopped, nothing can be done. I advise you quickly that you get medical insurance. Just don't say anything, because every injection is between $1,000 and $5,000, and gonna be needing one every 15 days or so. Maybe at first, once a week. But those injections, you need them to survive, because lupus has a problem that later it jumps onto the kidneys, the lungs, the heart, or the brain. So everyone passes with kidney problems, kidney failure, because lupus goes onto the kidneys, then the lungs, and you end up with lung cancer, and then it also goes to the brain with what they call a tumor in the brain, a brain tumor, and then the heart also, with all types of heart attacks. And they say it is a lethal sickness. We can control it. You can have good 10 years of life, and if you take care of yourself, you can last a little longer. But give or take, that is what lupus is. That's the way it is. It is an autoimmune sickness that we don't know much about. It says your joints and other things, they start to kind of eat themselves up, and they attack themselves. That is why you have the muscles and joints like that. How did this all start? It started that one day out of the blue. Fingers started to hurt. I was playing tennis every day at 7 a.m. I used to go and play with somebody that played tennis very, very well, and I went and grabbed the racket, and it was all difficult for me to close the hand because I felt pain. It's like, when did this start to hurt? The next day, not just one finger, but 3 fingers were hurting, and I could no longer hit it. And I said, I know something happened in my finger. I had never felt that type of pain in the joints ever. I have had injuries and bumps here and there, but not in the joints. And I said, look, I can't play. When I get better, I'll let you know, because I can't grab the racket. I can't grab it. The guy said, maybe you got some joint problem, but let me know. It was the last game with him, and then I never found him again. But I'm talking about the year 2018. 2018. So then, after this, my fingers got swollen, and then my hand started to hurt. And my elbow, I got this ball here in the elbow. You've seen it. You've seen this ball. It looked like an egg. I don't know how to. I didn't even know how to hide it, so that people wouldn't see it in the camera, because it's a ball like this in the elbow. And my feet were like a toad. I would touch like that, and it says when you have a liquid retention, everything's swollen. And the worst thing is that all of a sudden one day I got up and my hip was hurting. My hip. We're talking about already a joint of the biggest ones you've got, your mobile system, and a pain there in my leg to the point that I went to give a step and I fell because of the pain, not just to fall, because out of the pain made me not to take a good step, and I fell because out of the pain, and I didn't have the fucking idea what I had, not the least idea. So then I knew about Germanic medicine, but I didn't believe in it. Just like that, I thought that it is science fiction, like all the people that hear me talk about it. It's as if they were to say Boca is going to win the World Cup of clubs with what they've got, and we'll be champions, and we'll score 6 on PSG. That's pretty much what I felt about it, that we would score on PSG 6 goals, every one of them. But I had it there, and I said, how is a guy gonna eat up this problem? And then you have a crab. That information I received in from Iru Landucci, an absolute genius, this guy. But when Iru said it, I said Iru went crazy. He lost it. He's insane. How's he gonna believe that the crab or something else, the the crab, is he gonna come because he felt ill for something? Nah, that's complete stupid idiot. And I understand people. That's one, because at the level of deceit that we have in this world, it is majestic. At the level of deceit is to applaud Yahweh and says, "What a son of a bitch, Yahweh! You are the master of deceit. There's no one like you. There is no one like you. You've heard that, Jehovah. There's no one like you. In the art of deceiving, there's no one like you. In the art of wickedness, there's no one like you. And yes, there is no one like you, nor better than you." The bubble of deceit is so great and so perfect that it is impossible, it's almost impossible to make a person to enter into reason. It is almost impossible to tell a person that they don't live on a globe and that they live on a flat earth when they've already taught you and that it works. Yahweh made it for the globe to work. Because all the theories and problems that were, they work on the globe. They work, yeah, they work. And I look at it, they work, yeah, it all works. And they work, this works, that, it works, yes, it works. The deceit works, because it's a deceit, not at the human level, it is divine. Divine. The one who invented the globe was not a human being, it was God. He invented the globe. It is the art of the greatest master of deceiver that has ever existed. Who invented that God had a son came to earth? He did. It's such a show of a theater. I am the son of God, he said. How are you going to be the son of God? He doesn't have a son. He has no son. And that he sent you. It is the art of deceit. God invented the globe. God invented the religion of the white robe. So then to come out of that deceit is very difficult. Religion, the white robe religion and science, it's been invented by God. Nothing is done without it having the seal of God. He's the author of it all. And nothing is done if he hasn't done it. It's precisely like Paul says. He was in the creation of everything. Nothing has been created if it weren't for him. No invention was ever created if it weren't for him. So then the deceit is a divine level. I was in that deceit. I was in all the deceits, religious ones, scientific ones, of the white robe and science. And to come out of there is actually a miracle. Well, I went to the doctor and I said, what I'm going to do is that any doctor can analyze me. And I said, look, the doctor, I have this, and that. I can't even walk now, almost. So then doctor said, we're going to do some tests, tell you what you've got. Because he says, I don't know what you have. I don't know. I suspect certain things because your sugar levels are great and all the rest of the things that I can see here are fine. But when I'm going to see an entire analysis, blood analysis, see if I can discover something. When that of the lab, it said, and I have it saved, it said, I don't know what substance or what the fuck, of the supposed defense system of ours. Another lie. And that the defense system can be seen in one way by a measurement of something, and that certain substances were absolutely high. And that, in his experience, was the symptom of lupus. So then the guy said, he looked at it all, and right there in the lab, he said, it said lupus, this and this and that. The result is lupus. There was no turn of the page because of the substance they saw in my blood. So the guy said, oh, that's why everything hurts. Everything hurts and it's advancing. And that's where he said, well, that it goes into your kidneys and blah, blah, blah. And if I don't do anything, evidently, it would go to the kidneys even faster. And when it went to the kidneys, you would die. So then he said, "Oh, okay, that's fine. 2018, okay, that's fine. This is great." I said, I fucked off. I said, "Okay, thank you." I mean, it was a pretty cool guy. It wasn't from a clinic. Okay, I looked for a doctor at the level of trying to understand the patient. Just imagine that when we went out, the doctor was smoking outside. A good guy. He wasn't those types of stupid doctors. No, he was a doctor that told me clearly. He said, "And I can't treat you. You could come again, but I have nothing to give you." He says, "I have nothing. I don't even want you to say what you have. Go and look for an insurance. Don't even say. Don't do. Go with a specialist. Go and get medical insurance." Look at the way the doctor thought. He says, "Get medical insurance because it's so expensive that you're not going to be able to pay for it." So then I thanked the guy and I went home. When I got home, on top of doing, the morning, you have a little bit of life and blah, 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 because if it's a sickness, and Brian had heard, because Brian had gone with me. So then he had heard the whole conversation with the doctor. And I've told it to people here, and they were all here with their long faces. There was mourning. People cried. 10 years tops, blah, blah, blah. That is dog shit, the Bible is, and God, and all that. Why do we work? The devil pays wrong. Where did this shit come from? And I said, okay. I'm not going to even get medical insurance or anything. Fuck it all to hell. I'm going to dedicate myself to study Germanic medicine. That's where I started to study. And I have such a quality. It's not pride or because I'm Argentinian or... How was the other word? Boastful. I have such a quality that when I study something, I have such a quality to study that's incredible. What may take a person a year, I'll study in 2-3 days. I can't explain it. Just like that, I can't explain it. I have such a mental capacity that's impressive. I read a paper, I understand it all. I understand it all and advance quickly. I have kind of like something that the Creator gave me. It's fantastic, my mind is. For me, for my use, it's fantastic. And I studied all of Germanic medicine once and for all. What I didn't want to do before, I understood it all at levels the deepest there are. And I understood the whole system. That's why I presented it the way I did, like I did later. I said, "Oh, look, it's this dog shit. It's a devaluation." What's a devaluation? When you lose value. How much to my worth? I'm the judge, mind you. Not another to give me the worth. I could give a fuck. I mean, I could care. Somebody tells me that I'm worthless, and I believe him. I said, "Oh, he's right. The price he gave me." So then I also agree. He devalued me. So then my price goes down. If I do not agree, if some idiot comes and says you're worthless, you're dog shit, and I don't. It's not that I don't believe him. Don't you notice? You're such an idiot. If I tell him you can't even judge me or tell me how much I'm worth, then the only one that sets the price is me. But generally, human beings believe the price placed by others. For example, children believe in the price that the parents tell them. If the father tells the son, "You're an idiot," that's the price. If the parent says, "Oh, you're no good," that's the price. If they believe it, if they don't believe it, then it doesn't happen. But then you take that price because it's like a judge. How much are you worth? I'm worth $10 million. Somebody says, you'll say, "Wow. Oh, yeah, I believe it." People get, boastful. Maybe it's bad for you because you're not $10 million. You're worthless. But somebody told you you're worth $10 million, you believed it. Then you get to a reality and you see that you are not worth that, and you get devaluation. Now, the people from the outside said you're this much worth and you're worth more. When you grow and you demonstrate, your value goes up. I'll speak only, for example, a white robe religion priest looks at the patient, says, they say, "How much am I worth, doctor?" You priest, "How much am I worth?" And the doctor in theology. So then the priest or doctor in theology says, "You're worth 30 days only," or 6 months. 6 months. That's how much you're worth. That's it. He set the price. You're 6 months. So then the patient takes that into consideration, and if they believe that he's talking to an authority or God, white robe priest, he believes it. He believes it, and he sets that in his mind. He says, I'm worth 6 months. I've got 6 months. That's how much I'm worth. And that's it. That's it. It's over. That is the diagnosis conflict, because we believe the value they give us, which could be from great to stupid to worthless, good for nothing. You are no good. You're an idiot. You're a stupid idiot. You are a fucking idiot. Or whatever the people call you, if you believe it. If you don't believe it, you're the judge, mind you. The one that sets the price is you. If you believe the price that somebody's telling you and you believe it, the problem is yours. Because you are in agreement with that price. If all of a sudden you say, you're worth 1,000, and I say, yeah, I'm worth 1,000. Yeah, I'm worth 1,000 because you determined it. If now you say, no, this guy's crazy, I'm worth 1 billion. I'm not worth 1,000. So then one looks at him, look, you stupid idiot, you have no money to pay for me because I'm worth 1 million. I'm talking about a scene in the mind. So then, depending on what you believe in and what you don't believe, because all of the words are create and believe, and it can make us a type of value. Okay, what is the devaluation? When you lose value. But when you lose value for yourself. When did I lose value for myself? I started to think, what am I worth? Because I'm too devalued for some reason. I value myself, overvalued. The price that I place myself is higher always. It is way higher. It has no price. My being, that is what I'm worth for myself. That is what I'm worth to myself. There is no price for me. And that is what you should think also. But well, take that out. For me, I am at the absolute utmost. Of course, a Christian would say, no, Jesus was the utmost. We're nothing. Well, that's a Christian. I'm the maximum in my point of view. That's why I pray every day, sanctified be my name. But I don't care what the family thinks about me. If I don't teach that part, then they're worthless, because your family is going to think bad about you, of course. I want you to understand that, because if I give value to what my wife tells me, my wife can place the value in me, and my wife cannot place the value in me. That's it, period. She cannot. If I teach that and have the advantage that my wife values me and has me in the self-esteem, if you have a wife that does not have you in high esteem, then you have a great problem. Same thing as women. So then, do not take into account what your family thinks about you, what nobody thinks about you, no one. In fact, the family is the most likely to devalue you, your own family. So then, your friends, your beliefs. So then, the only one that can make an opinion right now is you. I am teaching you to take out. Somebody asked me, how did I come out of my situation? And my situation is not that a group of people come and value me. You're worth a lot, you're worth a lot, you're worth a lot to us. Okay, let's see, how much more do you tell me? You told me it goes up a bit. How much am I worth? Let's see, it's going up a bit. Oh, am I worth something for you? Yes, yes. Yes, you're worth a lot. So then I'm like, okay, it's going up, it's going up. Who gives me more? Who gives me more? That's it. We go up a little bit. And then another one says, you're dog shit. And then another one says, you're even more of a dog shit. Well, it went down a lot. No, those of the outside cannot have an opinion over your value. That is the secret. That is the secret. Why do the women live devalued and have lived devalued? Because the price is set by their husbands. How much are they worth? Nothing. Nothing. For the Bible. I'll read it to you, just a chapter. I'll read it to you. Go to Numbers. Go to Numbers. And I believe it is found. Well, maybe I'm not going to find it. I'm just speaking about my own memory. Oh, YHWH. YHWH. Don't tell me, please. No. Well, no, wait. Leviticus. Let's go to Leviticus. There it is, Leviticus. Leviticus 27. Leviticus 27 reads as follows. And Yahweh spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When a man shall make a singular vow unto Yahweh, the person shall be for the Lord by their estimation, and thy estimation shall be of a male for 20 years old, even unto 60. I'm still in there. 20 to 60. Some already out of it. It says, for Yahweh, it has this. For the Torah, the biblical law, the law of God, the 20-year-old man, you shall have him as an estimation of 50 shekels of silver. Amen. 20 and 60, how many are they worth? 50 shekels of silver. Okay, that's fine. If it were a woman, you shall estimate 30 shekels. Why? The woman is worth a lot less, devalued. God devalued her. A man is worth 50 and a woman is worth 30. So then if I have two men, I have 100. If I have two women, I have 60. Wow. Brutal. So then it says, well, there you have, someday we'll read them. There you have all the values of humans to God. What do we learn about this? That women have always been devalued, and even more in the old days, that was practically a slave that had to call Lord to her husband, which is what Peter likes a lot. He says, you women have to be like Sarah to call Baal or Lord to her husband, my owner. You have a devaluation that's automatic already. Women do. What does this mean? It means that women, in their mind, are born and have been devalued always in the value, but has been set by their husband. Now, when women, through everything that has been coming up in all these years about feminism and all the rest, women started to value themselves. They went from not being able to vote to being able to vote, from not being able to drive to drive, from not working on certain things to be able to work on certain things, to decide if to get married or not. That is where the value of women started. And to feel like saying, no, you're not the boss of me. You do not value me. I value myself. That's why I said that it is very blessed as those whose husbands value them. And I mean husbands and wives. But those that are most, they don't value, then there comes a devaluation. What happened to me then? Why did I lose value in my own eyes? And that profound devaluation was transferred unto this reflect in my body. It's a reflection of the mind. Hammer didn't speak much about it, about Lucas, but what he did say is that it was a medium devaluation, not so profound, but middington, like a mid. Why is it reflected in the articulations? That actually could be another type of reflection. It's things that are not finally determined entirely. Well, it happened to me because this must be by math for some reason that we do not know, that it got me in the articulations, which is where one can articulate and move with the agility of the person. That is what happened to me. There is a reason. And what was the motive in which this devaluation got arrived, because it was, in my point of view, something that I believed a lot, and when it came to pause and nothing happened, I felt bad, very bad. That of feeling bad is that what you're saying and speaking about, it's dog shit, because it's not gonna be fulfilled. You don't understand the Bible. You misunderstood it and you taught it wrong. I think that was programmed in 2011, because there is even more of what Hammer has discovered. There's more. I understand that sometimes there is a programming in an event that happens to you. When the event is repeated, it is when the DHS enters, because sometimes a DHS does not enter directly. It is like a programming and then the execution of the program. Maybe I'm wrong in what I'm saying, but in the year 2011, I really believed that Jesus would come to look for us. Completely wrong, stupid, and deceived by the Bible. But in that craziness and deceived by the Bible, which was all lies inherited from my parents or my fathers, and of God my Father, I thought that Jesus would come to look for us in October of the year 2011, and that the world will enter into chaos and everyone would die, and that the only faithful unto Him, complete insanity, we're going to be taken into heaven, while we were going to go and see everyone die by disobedience or have not loved the truth. And very Christian, very much Christian. I'm talking about Christian because of a belief that's fundamentalist, because I was an Adventist, and to top it off, very much more, very rigid. What took place? Nothing. But nothing happened to me either. I didn't feel anything in my body. But a devaluation did enter. Then I had to rebuild myself. I had to rebuild myself again, because I had decided not to teach again. I believed in my mind, but since what I spoke, I thought that it was dumb things, I had decided not to continue. But Leslie told me, no, you have to continue. You have a special ability. You'll discover the truth. And I had said that I was going to throw everything to the dogs. And I fulfilled it all, because everything, absolutely everything, was thrown to the dogs. But I escaped from that. Nothing physical came. Nothing. But I'm sure that something was programmed. In the year 2018, 7 years later, precisely 7 years later, 7 year cycle, I had clearly understood that the years of God are fulfilled and the prophecies of God are fulfilled exactly when it says, and tell the truth, he's a complete liar. That's why I said, I don't even know if he's even going to fulfill in giving all the earth to his son. I don't know. Because he doesn't have a word. He doesn't have a word of honor. God is. I've told you, he does not have a word of honor, because he's a liar. Why are we going to believe certain things and other things not? No, are you sure he's going to come? No, right now, he can fuck off. And the thing that is recorded in me, because I've adopted it, is I'm above from In Flames. I love it. Keep your tears, cry me a river, all your love. I don't want to be you. You can fuck off. I am above you. I am above God. In my mind, I'm above God. No matter if he's more powerful, it doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck. He can destroy me. He can cut my throat and throw me to the wolves, as the song says. That song, I really love it, because it is centered in what I feel. And it says, the same song says, sometimes it takes time to see it, but that is what I feel. It is what I feel. I no longer trust in God. Absolutely none whatsoever. How am I going to trust in God if he's the father of lies? I understand what the Bible says. I understand the prophecies. But I hold back, and I know that he may not even fulfill anything. And he might tell us all to fuck off. It just told us all to fuck off. He says, "You believe me? Oh, didn't I tell you that I was the father of lies? I'm gonna give you my land. Now I'm gonna eradicate all of you, and I'll make myself another religion, and I'll eat you. I don't know. I don't know what God could. Maybe those that die, I'll start to eat them. What? I could expect. Anything from God. Just anything. What I do not want to expect, whatever is from myself. The worst defrauding that a human being may have, or being, is your own. Is your own. The worst treason that a being can experience is your own. When somebody betrays you, or somebody from outside, they can fuck off. The one that is painful, the one that really is difficult to come out from, is when you betray yourself. And that cannot happen, nor will happen. So then I will never betray myself. I've already betrayed myself by believing in the word of Yahweh. It's a complete betrayal. I felt that betrayal. I felt that I said, what an idiot. Believing in that bitch white, believing that Jesus was to come, I felt such a treason, not of Yahweh towards me, mine own. Because I was naive and an idiot. 7 years later, I believed entirely in the prophecy of the 70 years. That Babylon, at 70 years, was to be destroyed. Jeremiah chapter 25. It says, and I shall visit Babylon at 70 years. At 70 years, I will make her drink the cup. And the cup is a cup of destruction. And it'll go from city to city, from country to country, and I'll start with Jerusalem, where my name is invoked. 70 years of Babylon was ever since it was created. And so then, for that year, I had been speaking every time it was in 1948. In 2018, we've got 70 years of Babylon. Babylon turns 70 years. Here comes the promise. And as you already know, nothing came. No one came. No one came. Nothing came of what I thought that would come. No great tribulation came to our sight, at least. And in that same year, as soon as they are fulfilled in May, the 70 years of Babylon, which I had the hopes that we were going to see something great, I had a different mind. I had a different expectation of God and of how the end would be. Completely a different expectation. The doctrine of 2018 now is completely different. We're going to go to heaven. God was God. He had a son. That son was come to look for us. We were going to live with him 1,000 years in heaven, and after 1,000 years we're going to come back to earth so that God would resurrect everyone and kill everyone else. That is what we believed. And that is what we hoped for. When that did not take place, and nothing took place, a devaluation entered that may be already programmed, and now completely effective. That I again said, what I preach is dog shit, 70 years of Babylon, and nothing has happened. Nor will anything happen. That is when a devaluation, an actual devaluation started. How much am I worth in my own eyes? How much am I worth? When I noticed that, how I surpassed it by checking everything that I believed in, my mental capacity, and giving myself value, and taking value out of God, taking value from the Word of God, saying my faith cannot be in the Bible anymore, because the Bible, either I misunderstand it or nothing is fulfilled. And little by little, I started to rebuild a new being for myself, as long as I was learning Germanic medicine, rebuilding a new being stronger. Our problem is, all human beings, is that Our greatest weakness, and record this concept, is our kryptonite of Superman. Our highest weakness is emotions. It's the vulnerable point of ours. We are destroyed. Men, macho men, strong men, valuable, that kill a lion with their bare hands. Due to the emotions, they fall squarely. It is kryptonite of men and women. The emotion, it is what turns our life into hell. A literal hell. That is what we feel. How do we control them? It is very difficult. Elohim gave us a brain that is a bunch of emotions. So then when a situation comes to me, of whatever it might be, someone's death, an accident, the loss of something, the loss of money, loss of property, loss of value, I feel that emotion because we're emotional, all of us, and that's it. We fall squarely. That emotion, if we had the power of being less emotional, we would achieve not to have any type of situations that bother us. If we could control our emotions, we would never go into any situation like that or come out quickly. Who can control emotions? You have to, in our maximum effort, at least, we have to die by trying to control them, just like that. It's something that we have to control, not to leave them there. If you leave your emotions, you are an animal that will be alive as long as the emotions allow you to, because the emotions kill you. The emotions kill you. It is what make every sort of situation that bother you. If you could control your emotions, then you'd be able to control your own system. When you do not control your emotions or you don't comprehend them, that is where all types of situations start and begin. Can't avoid them, because I up until today, when a scene passes, an event passes, something happens, something unexpected, you're going to feel them, because we are a bunch of emotions, all of them, absolutely all of them. I could say, no, I don't. No, that's a lie. We're all emotional. In fact, that is what makes us so special, because we're a bunch of emotions. But those emotions, aside from being beautiful, aside from making you feel that you're alive, aside from making you enjoy, because if there weren't any emotions, you would be just wood. Emotions make you feel pleasure. They make you feel everything in this life and pain. But if we don't know how to control the emotions, then they end up doing away with us soon, just like that, soon. That is why that story that I tell you, that a guy that would never get sick, he would never get sick. I've told it to you when I studied Germanic medicine, he would never get sick. So then they asked him, what is the secret? What is the secret that you never get sick and that you have you're 100 years old? And he's like, no, just my secret is that I never bother about anything. I never get upset. I don't get upset. I don't pay attention to things. I don't get upset. And I try to see everything well. Nothing affects me. That's not true. That's a lie. You are not what you say. No, then you're right. No, then it shouldn't be that. It must not be that. It must be something else, something genetic. The guy would not argue anything because he wouldn't care neither to be right nor to impose himself above others, because give a fuck what others' opinion were. The day that we no longer care about what other people's opinion is, we're going to be freer of emotions, because also to rule someone else, to impose upon someone else, it's emotion. The emotion, we need it to live. I don't want them to take our emotions out. Our emotions, if we had no emotions, would be dead, just like that, dead. But if we don't know how to control the emotions, if we do not develop certain emotions and we turn others off, Because the bad emotions, like hate, hate will take you to down a very bad path. Rancor, those are the emotions that you have to start to eliminate. Fear is the number one assassin. Fear is fear. Whatever that is, like sugar, that has to do with divided houses, attacks, this type of attacks, devaluations also, lots of problems of the kidneys and all the rest. It has one principal emotion with another: fear. 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 Fear is terrible. Everyone feels fear now. Fear to what? Fear to many things. Fear to pass the ball forward. Look at Boca and you'll see what fear is. Boca is afraid of scoring. Cavani especially. He's afraid of scoring. So then if it's empty, he's going to throw it above. That's just a joke. But fear is actually the number one assassin. Fear produces all types of crabs. You've got fear to many things, like losing your job, not having money, not having how to pay or where to live, fear to the future, fear to love, fear to having a relationship or losing a relationship, fear to losing a property, fear to something unknown, fear to a step that you have to take, fear to an important decision, fear, existential fear, fear of death. Everyone that I've mentioned has a different effect in the body, but it will have it. It will have it. So then I started to study all this, and I understood it all, like as a whole. I'd like to understand everything as a whole. When I talk to you about just a little part, it's because I understand everything, or else it makes no sense. Like the Rubik's Cube. The Rubik's Cube, I have to find everything, because I can't just focus on a part and the rest to just do it themselves. No, they're not going to do it on their own. I have to see everything as a whole, so then when I talk to you about everything as everything, when I tell you the Messiah is a group of people, the whole Bible has to talk about all of it. When I say that the Bible is a deceit, completely, it's a complete deceit in the whole Bible. You have the entire deceit, not just a special book. So then when I say that the devaluation that happened to me, I grabbed it from the horns. Why did I devalue myself? It was because of this message. Not the one that I'm giving now, but it was the message that I thought that it was true. And it wasn't. And it wasn't. So then, how do I fix the situation? By making my psyche understand that I have value. I apply that to whatever ailment that you may have. I have value. Where did I lose value? Oh no. I'm going to value myself even more. Just like that, even more. Even more. And that was the magical healing. Less than a year passed, because it takes a time. Everything that you understand, whatever is the cycle of the conflict, the active part, the part of the recuperation and all the rest, with everything else that comes along with it, then it took me a time. But during that time, I understood what the problem was, and I dedicated myself to heal myself, to value myself, and it went away completely. I understood why the doctor told me that my situation involved my kidney. Right, because Yahweh, who cursed us in every which way possible, without any sense of it all, just to kill you, because nothing makes sense. What Hammer says is a lie. The fifth essence, no. They're there to kill you. Because the law of the stronger exists in the natural law. The natural law means that the weak will die. And when one expresses about emotions, you're going to die. When something takes a hold of you, it's because you must die. If you are not conscious of that, it doesn't come to teach you shit. Of course, you can learn. Something is trying to kill you. Something's trying to kill us. If a guy comes along with a gun and he wants to kill me, I can learn how to defend myself. But it's not that the guy comes to teach me. He comes to kill me. So then if I have prepared myself for that, I am smarter than him. And he's not able to kill me. But all these situations come with only one objective. It's not to teach you anything. It is to kill you. Understand it. Hammer didn't understand that. At the fifth essence, fuck off. Hammer and all the idiots that say stupid shit. The fifth essence does not exist. It does not exist. They are here to kill you. The sugar comes to kill you. Kill you. Kill you. Because in ancient times, you think how much were they to measure how much sugar they had? How the fuck are they going to know? You have like 400. Why didn't you shut your ass? That is there to kill you. Any type of crab is there to kill you. To kill you. Quickly. Soon. Kill quickly. And what is the preferred weapon of Yahweh? Hammer. Not named it. The syndrome. Any conflict that has nothing to do with anything, the kidney says, hey, how about I add myself to this? What for? Just to end up killing you. So then you have a conflict or anything, the kidney says, hey, I'll stop working. How about that? I'll add myself to that. Why are you going to add you kidney? Oh, just because I want to kill you quickly. If you have an inflammation in the lungs or whatever, because you have a little bit, it says, hold on. Let me cooperate. I'll retain liquid. That little bit that you had in your lungs, I'll make it lots of liters. You'll have a fucking situation of the lungs and inflate your lungs. Who did that? The fucking kidney. Who said, I'll stop working? Hammer said it, called it the syndrome. The kidney is always there to say, anybody have a problem? Let me add myself. I'll defend. What are you defending? It's just there to kill you. It's there to kill you. To kill you entirely. So then, every conflict that we have discovered in Germanic medicine is to kill you. Stop thinking, no, it's teaching me to be a better person. No. Learn quickly before it kills you, or else it kills you. 1 year of loss of territory, and you're dead. Hammer said so. You're dead. That's it. Until you didn't notice quickly, you're dead. It's not that, oh, it came to help me. What the fuck is going to come to help you? It doesn't come to help you. You want help? We could have emotions freely and for nothing to affect us. For you to get upset, the body is independent to the emotions. That's fine. But no, it comes to kill you. So then all the fucking idiots that talk about Germanic medicine, they have not advanced. I always advance. I don't stay there with Hammer was the maximum eminence. No. Hammer is a master that I'll be thankful for all eternity. And someday they give me power, I'll resurrect him quickly because he deserves it entirely. And he deserves all the credit that he never had and all the glory that he never had. But that does not mean that I don't advance after Hammer. I understood that any conflict that you may have, God designed it to kill you. If you don't want to die, do something quickly. Do something quickly. Because what you have is killing you. And you're saying, hey, time has come. But it's just the time has come. But I have pressure. The silent killer. In any time, it's boom. Oh, I live my conflicts. No, it's like living with the assassin. I give place to the assassin. Yeah, sit there. You want a Coke? I keep him there. I don't want him to leave. No. You have to leave the conflicts quickly, because they kill you. Let's see if you understand that. Not even a simple cold should we give him a chance. We'll try to get out of there, but we got to come out of there quickly. Look at what happened with fear. There you have of the co-envy, fear generated this insanity. Millions died because the conflict takes you. It takes you out of something that does not exist, but it takes you quickly. That's what it's here for, to reduce population. Who invented it? Gates? Nah. It was Yahweh. To eradicate you quickly. And for you to not be able to tell the story. Or for something to grow and you die. Before, in the old days, how many would survive appendicitis? 0. No one. No one. Why? You have appendicitis, normal, and you just die. Houdini had appendicitis and died. Anyone would die of appendicitis. Houdini could have been saved by modern science. But any others in the old days? Out of nothing, just you'd leave. Just anything. Bye. Bye. Just anything. But no, we see it as something stupid. But I said no. God has me sick and tired, the system, everything. Even Bible and the religion that I preach. It's not going to devalue me. Because I swear with glory to die, just like that. Let us live crowned with glory, or we swear with glory to die. So then I said, no. I swear with glory to die. I'm not going to swear devalued to die. Oh, no. No. That is what I teach you because of this question. It says, and what was the process? Please tell us. Start to work in yourself, you fucking bitch that bore you. Work amongst yourselves. Start to work quickly. Take that out because otherwise you are near. You have a foot in the grave. That's what happened. I don't want to mention to everyone that have died in the eternal truth. No, that I have this problem that from since I was young. Oh yeah, you have that problem? Solve it quickly because you'll be out of here. I have no vestiges whatsoever of lupus. 0. Who was the author of that? Here you have it present. I am. It's me. I devalued myself, and only I came out of there. No one else. I did. What you see, me. And you have to do the same. You have physical problems? Don't wait. We can guide you. You can do this and that. That's why you have Angelina. Angelina will say, look, you have this problem. Work in this. It's not going to say, just, no, work in this. Work or you're out of here. It's knocking at the door. Who is it? Me. What's your name? Death. With whatever costume, the death. But it's there. Take it off of you. I wasn't going to say, oh, I don't have it. I have 0 lupus. Nothing is inflamed. All the symptoms are gone. And it disappeared completely because I made it disappear. It wasn't God. Even less God. God wanted to kill me. God wanted to kill me. Because he invented. It's not that he tried to kill me. No, he invented the fucking Bible and the fucking prophecies and the fucking ailments and the assassin that kills people. So then that whole combination, me reading the fucking Bible and the fucking prophecy and the fucking religion he gave me, reading all that, added to all the other conflicts that he placed in me and in every single human being. It was the perfect recipe for me to leave, or to live like an idiot saying, please, here's my other cheek. Here's my other cheek. Can you give me another? Can you give me another of these expensive things? And also for the vacuum cleaners and everything. I could be that person, but I decided not to be that person. I decided to be something else. With glory to die. Here I fight. I fight for my life. And to fight for my life is to fight against lies, against my own emotions, and to fight against God. That's what it is. It's what it is. So then, may this subject that has been digressed, may it be good for you. Do you have conflicts? Then call Angelina already for her to tell you where you have to fight. Where And when she or whomever other person that indicates you or that knows what it is they're talking about to tell you what the problem is, your priority number one in the world is not your children, not your wife, your husband, not your work, not your home, not your salvation. It's not Jesus. It's not God. No one. It's you. It is you. Your priority number one is to get rid of the enemy and death from on top of you. Because if there's a problem, then death came, or just ask all the billions that have passed away. Just ask them, why couldn't they get rid of it? And when you're able to get everything off of you, if you're faithful and you have a covenant with the devil, he kills you. Like Moses. It says he didn't have any conflicts. He had no ailments. He went up a mountain. He says, I'm ready to pass the frontier. He says, no, this is as far as you go. This is the final conflict. Who did that? God did. Last conflict. But we have to be victorious over ourselves. So then, the question is, can you talk to us about that? I think I've already told you about that diagnosis. I've already did, and healing to value myself. And it was difficult. I had to work on it, on myself, to work, to repeat. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? What am I here for? Who am I? And after that, I was able to see things that I had never seen before. The revaluation of myself was so brutal that it's this message that you're listening to today. That maybe even without this, I would not have been able to see or find. This made me stronger. It's not that it came to help me. It made me fight with a mortal enemy. And to get ready to fight and to cast him out of my house made me stronger, made me more violent, made me with a mind that is a killer mind of conflicts. Because the conflict for me is to kill him, not to explain to him. It is to kill him. What do you feel? Shut your ass, and we'll start to feel something else. No, that my husband doesn't love me. Shut your ass. Shut your ass. The fuck do you care if your husband loves you or not? Who the fuck cares if your husband doesn't like you or not? Who the fuck do you care? Or do you need your husband's love? You need your husband to say, yes, I need it because I don't value myself. Oh, you don't value yourself? Then work on that. No human being needs for another idiot to come and value them. Start to work on that. We have so much work to work on that. You got married for your husband to value you. You got married for your wife to value you. You're single and you have such a devaluation completely. Oh, we're very far away to get to the objective. Very far to get to the objective. We're like all the have the field of Boca, walking backwards. Walking backwards, you got to pass forward. You got married for someone to value you? No, you're wrong completely. And you're in the path of death. Of death. Because I even taught you a prayer. Hallowed be my name. I don't even need for God to value me at this point. I've already comprehended that if God does not want to give us what he has to give us, I'm going to die happy. The day that somebody resurrects me, or that I resurrect, or that somebody sees my videos, or doesn't matter. But my honor, my glory, I believe what I believe. God can fuck off to his mother's cunt. He's unrighteous, and he owes us the entire land. If he doesn't want to give it up, then shove it up your ass, God. Shove it well up your ass, deep in there, and do whatever the fuck you want. But if somebody qualifies for that, it is we. And the only one that loses values in our eyes, it is you, God, not I, not I. The contrary to Christianity. Christianity, one has no value whatsoever. You will be saved by grace. You know what by grace means? Is that you don't deserve it. What do you mean by grace? By grace am I saved. Ye are saved by grace even though you don't deserve it, because another one comes to do it for you, but you don't deserve it. Oh, thank you for devaluing me so much, so much. Say, how much am I worth? You're just a worm, says you're a worm. I'm a worm. Yeah, you're just a whole jar of clay, and I strike it whenever I want. Oh, what a value! And if you're a man, you value a little more, 50. And a woman, 30. Wow. Those are the values that God gives me. God, you can fuck off to your mother's cunt. It's better that by your honor and your fucking word, to have a fucking word, it's better that you fulfill it. If there's anything, the only thing that I expect from God the Creator is for him to fulfill what he said that he would give, to hand over his land entirely and fuck off. That is what God said. That is what God says. I will give the nations by inheritance to my son, and he will do with them whatever he wants. That is what I expect. And his son, whomever it might be, whether it's us or another group or aliens, whatever. Couldn't be aliens. But for him to fulfill his word, which I believe he will, although he's the father of lies. But my value, no one takes it away. If we get to 2028 and nothing happens, I'm already convinced. My value doesn't change at all. We get to 2031, 32, nothing happens. I'm completely convinced. God and everything can fuck off, but my value is not based in that anything will happen in 2028 or 2032 because I've already cured myself. Mentalize myself since now, or else it's very dangerous. I mentalize myself since now. If a woman gets married to a man, and for a man that promised them gold and everything, promised them richness, that wasn't going to work, that was going to be loved entirely all life, be his queen, and then treats her like shit when they get, has her work, has her clean like a slave, strikes her, doesn't give her love, leaves her pregnant, and then goes with another, comes back whenever he wants. Do you know the disillusion that woman has gained? And you know why? Because she believed the husband. The problem is to believe the husband, and I'm proposing not to believe God anything. Because when we believe him, everyone dies. Everyone dies believing. They're believers. Believers that the son of a bitch will resurrect him. Die in Christ Jesus. No, fuck off. You in Christ Jesus, and the blood and the cross, shove it well up your ass. No one resurrected. So then they died believing. Believing they died. To top it off, God laughs at us saying, I've seen the souls in the altar, those that have been killed because of the word of God, and that were saying, until when will you do justice? Wow. It's to make a joke there. I mean, to really laugh your ass off. Even the dead, the fucking idiots are asking for justice. The fuck am I giving justice? God is not the God of justice. The God of justice, the Elohim of justice, is the Messiah. That is what I do believe, that something has to change here. And you have to start to change here. And thanks to what happened to me, I was able to teach you Germanic medicine. That's marvelous. It made me a new person. Just like that, new person. New. It rebuilt myself, made me a way of thinking, made me more powerful, made me more of a believer in me. And I was able to share with you this all about Germanic medicine, the belief that you have to believe in yourself. You have to value yourself. You have to lose all fear. Everything has to be done for yourself. That is what I can teach you thanks to what happened to me. So then, this is the story, and I've already told you. And I was healed completely. I can play tennis, I can do whatever I want, I don't have any pain. If I get DOMS, is because I've been lifting heavy or something, but it's not about my joints, no. It disappeared completely. And someday I have something else because I don't know how to control my emotions. I will again fight them, grab them, and overcome them. That is my mind. Emotions do not overcome me. What can overcome me, maybe I'm wrong in saying it, is age, is that fucking clock that I'm trying to discover how to stop it. If there is an emotion and I stop it, then I'll really laugh my ass off about it. Obviously, I know that God has placed a system that we cannot stop. Else, how are these sons of bitches gonna die? Some that are always resisting and resisting, they saved and they never die. I'm gonna kill them with old age. What a son of a bitch, Yahweh. You're gonna pay one in every single one of these atrocities that we suffer. When it says, and he bore our sicknesses, nah, he's talking about different Messiah, not this son of a bitch. I'd like to invite everyone that have been added themselves, many people are adding themselves to the covenant with LVE. All those that like what this group is. This group is a free group. We are free thinkers. We're founders of a new nation, a new kingdom. We're the owners of the world. We believe it or we die with glory. We'll tell you what we believe we are. The owners of the world. Yahweh, who gave power to all the beasts, which is Judaism and the government, everything that you know. He gave him power to that dragon, filthy dragon. Well, he's the filthy dragon. He gave power to the beast. And the beast reigns. But also it's prophesied that the beast will fall. And that the Messiah, the anointed, the son, the heir, will inherit everything. So then that is what we believe in. If you also believe in that, or give or take, or you like my words, you like me, you learn something from me, then you say, I want to be a part of the kingdom, even if it's just an illusion. In the mind of this completely insane guy, who at least knows how to speak, but what is he saying? It's so beautiful, that kingdom that he's talking about. It must be one of his insanity, but it's good. It's a fantasy. Okay, then join my movie. Join my movie. Even if it's never fulfilled, join my movie. I mean, you can earn a lot. You can earn a lot. How do I want you to join as a producer? How do you produce? By signing. I want to be an adherent to everything that you have said. And what do we declare? I don't have time to read it. One of these days I'll read it. We have to look, or just look up for the LVE Declaration of Yom Kippur 2024, because that declaration has become a constitution where we blamed everything that exists upon Yahweh. Symbolically speaking, we placed it upon Yahweh, on his head, and saying, you are the son of a bitch, he-goat, that originated all this, and you're to blame for all this. And upon your head, we place all wickedness, death of humanity. You have to bear it upon you, and you're out of here. That is what we did. Marvelous. Marvelous. And what we propose is, when Yahweh, if he is able to fulfill the king of lies, of handing over the kingdom to his children, that we believe that we are, because we have that part, that unique part in the world, that we want to save everyone. The loss of a human being does not exist. Even if, I don't care how evil they are, we're going to teach them to do things correctly. But one sole human being that will no longer exist, this creation makes no sense. We're here for every human being. No matter how much of an evil person he's ever been, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And if he deserves to be imprisoned, a special one, he'll deserve it, but he's going to live. He's going to live and learn. And he's going to learn and will have existence. If one sole soul of the created ones were to be lost, then actually nothing makes sense. And we don't believe in eternal punishment or eternal destruction. We believe in the life of every person that has ever existed in this life. That is what we want. That is why we believe ourselves to be unique, because we think that we can, not that we can, but that we will give life to every person that has ever existed here. And to fill in all the empty holes that were left. We know that that is a prophesied part in the Bible, so then we know that we inherit the world. Even if it sounds insane to you, we inherit the world. No one can inherit it, because everyone wants to kill you or send you to hell or destroy you, or says you don't deserve. God wants to save me, not you. fuck off to your mother's cunt, the bitch that bore you. We want to save everyone. If you like that proposal, that God is to blame for everything, that the Bible is dog shit that deceives the whole world, but in turn it has a hidden truth, which is the one I'm talking to you about, that the Creator will give this earth to a group of people so that they give life and they teach, and says to make this world incredibly flat, but incredibly even bigger, and with power to make it as big as necessary to be able to give dwelling place to everyone. So then if you like that proposal, if you see it like science fiction, even if you see it like a Hollywood movie, well, what a Hollywood movie, what script, what a spectacular script. You can say, I want to add my name there. You want it? Below this message or any one of my messages of the last ones, put down your name, your country, and you say, I want for you to add me to the list of the Declaration or the Independent Declaration of Independence of the Constitution of LV 2024. That's all I want you to put down. I want to be an adherent. I have not signed it when it has been signed last year, but I want to add myself to that. And that makes you a part of all that. A part. An absolute part of all that. So then I invite every one of you to do that. Now we're already missing out the game. Justice, grace, and faith will be left for next Shabbat. I hope you have had a beautiful Shabbat. I thank you profoundly for your comments. I make an effort for you to always take teachings with a value that you cannot calculate, a value that is the difference of life and death. If I do not teach things that are of a high level that you cannot calculate for your life, don't listen to me anymore. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to just fill time or to entertain you. No, I'm here to enrich you, and to enrich you to the greatest, utmost, and in turn all those who would like to cooperate with this ministry in retribution with what they receive, in gratefulness and being friends, in supporting, they can send whatever is in your heart, whatever you wish. And also I wish that you comment on this video and you give us a like, and that more than all that, you know what I really wish for? Is that you apply what I've taught you in your life to make better. That is what would make you feel great, very great. It says that really makes me great. For you to tell me the change you have made in my life, it was actually marvelous. That is what would make my value higher. Not for you to say, oh, that's a great... No, not that. I thank you with all my soul, but it doesn't make my value go up, because I already believe that, and even more, and even more. Every one of my words I evaluate in diamonds and precious stones. But if you tell me, wow, what you taught me has changed my existence, now I see that to me elevates me, because I say, wow, that is what I'm looking for. That's the only thing that I look for, is for you to grow as individuals. That's all I look for. I don't want to indoctrinate you. I don't want to make you religious. I don't want to entrap you or enslave you. I want you to be free of your natural enemies that you have, which is those that surround you to kill you. I want to make you free, even free of God, free of the guilt, free of fear, free of the pernicious emotions. Not that you not are emotive, but the emotions that kill you, free of all that. How do I wish for you to be free? That is the only motivation that I talk to you about, for you to be free, and to be actually free. We are those crazies. Do you know it, my friends? We are crazy because we think that there is an eternal justice that is called to rule the world. And that justice are we, the eternal truth. Suck at the liberty's breast. You will always have her within the heart. They may corrupt you. You may even forget, but she is always there. Yesterday I had a dream with the hungry, the crazies, those who left, those who are in prison. Today I woke up singing this song, which has been written some time ago, and it is necessary to sing it one more time. The destiny is written. The end is inevitable. God, the true God, is Argentinian and is a Boca fan. Aguante Boca, let's go Boca, even though we have 9 dead people playing for us in Merentiel and Paredes, plus 9 dead people. Aguante Boca, let's go Boca. We have to resurrect them. Long live the wife. I don't even like that phrase, to tell you the truth. Long live the Argentinian God, which is a group and will rule the earth. Hallelujah to every one of you. If you like this and it helped you to be better, a better person, give it a like and a comment. We'll meet again next Shabbat. Remember, Semper Fi. Here we have Sariel. Sariel feels well. An applause for Sariel. Ever since the emotions grab us since we're little, just imagine that ever since we're little, we grab the emotions grab us. They're so strong that how many children are taken away? And for this foundation of the crab, no, don't be sons of bitches, poor things. On top of having terrible conflicts, you end up taking them away. Why is the little kid bald? No, it's because of things, because of the crab. No, it's because of, and you want me to give you money for you to continue to take them away? Give me the power. Yahweh, give me the power. Give us the power. You son of a fucking bitch. Give us the power. Hallelujah to every one of you.